How does a donation kill work in this game? We hide them. Anything's a weapon if you swing it hard enough. Oh no. We just need something calmer. Just after Hitman. I honestly thought my lung was gonna give out while we were doing that. Lung singular. Well, it's only the one lung that I have trouble with. The other lung's all fine. That's a bad start! That's a bad start! I can't see!
You threw my sandwich away! My sandwich!
I need to get a guy!
My sandwich!
I need to get a guy! No! Please, Ross, I need to get into the building. You need to stop. You need to stop yelling danger. I need to get inside. Just get me out of here. I think if I saw David Schwimmer in real life, I would scream. No bodies were found though, because no one was left. Well, that was a strange charity fundraiser. Every donation I take out, a villager who hasn't paid his debt. RT. Okay, Vesta, your time's up. Like, I think it would just be cruel in this game to do something that's like, for every donation, I hit him with a net. Like, that'll be just mean. I love my villagers. There's no suffering here. Now, I'm gonna update the stream title to just say aftermath part of stream. Because a lot of people, I think, I think there's some people just still only coming in now who are like, where's the murder? Every donation you wave at a villager. Every donation we treat our villagers with kindness and respect because they deserve the world and they're so fantastic and I love them. Wild donation incentive there. Have you been talking to your villagers? Nope. No, I still don't have any progress on that one. I thought you loved them, Dad. I do! I just haven't seen him in a while. For every donation you have to talk to a villager. Now, there's like true torture. If I donate, will you kill Tom Nook? I'll make a half-assed attempt. How's that? Come here, Tommy. I'm gonna get you. There you go. How's that? I could do that again if you donate. Originally, Jesus Christ, $500. Suggestive, thank you. Thank you very much. Was trying to get through my performance review, but ended up wheezing instead. Thank you so much. That's incredible. You actually gotta kill Tom Nook for that one. Alright. Let's go. Alright, yeah. Take it to Tom. He's going down. I don't think I can do anything. I can kill him through the power of light exercise. What will you do now, Mr. Nook? You have to do your morning stretches. But it's not even the morning. Oh, Carmen, no. I'm tired. Oh, he's not even here. Never mind. We'll do some stretches for 500. There we go. We're mobilizing a protest outside his home. We can just chill and chat for a mo. We're just enjoying coffee. Jesus! That actually scared me. It's louder in my ear. It's just so quiet all of the moment. I love the smell of coffee, but not the taste. There's a good few people like that, yeah. Coffee is hit or miss for me. I think I am more. I like the smell. I like a good mocha. That tends to be the one I go for. It's like hot chocolate coffee. But it's like sometimes, like it just fucks me up, and like I'll have the coffee and it's just I'm in pain. Like coffee is way too bitter. Give me a hot chockey any day. Yeah, I think I always take a hot chockey over coffee if I can. I think I just prefer that. It's kind of worse when you don't even feel awake after either. Yeah, it's like that's what you want it to do. I do have some days where I'm like, you know what, I just need a coffee to get through it. I tend to limit it though to like when I'm just like out with friends. Because I have an addictive personality, and I'm very much aware of this. If I find something I like, then I'm like, I need it. So I already know that I can be like that with like gambling in minigames I'm quite bad for it in those. Like, well, in video games. If there's a gambling minigame, I'll just be there forever. Things like that. And also just in terms of, like, some game times. Like, I look back at my World of Warcraft days and how much time I've spent in World of Warcraft. I was very addicted to that game. So for coffee, I'm like, I just drink it socially. And that's worked out pretty good for me. Do the same thing with my old alcohol, too. Because then it, like, kind of just feels, like, kind of special and fun. Because it's like, hey, I'm hanging out with friends. You know? I only drink alcohol socially, too. Like, honestly, yeah, it's the best way to do it. Because you all just kind of hang out and have a fun time. Like, my kind of, like, drinks night that I have, actually, is, I've mentioned this on stream before. But every Monday night, me and some friends of mine all actually hop in VR chat. And we sit around in kind of, like, a lobby room. And we bring drinks and we, like, watch a movie and just hang out until, like, the early morning. And it's so much fun. I'm good friends with, like, Monty and Kelli and the gang. And it's just worked out that it's like Mondays, so it's the night that works for most of us. So every Monday we just hop on VR like kind of late in the evening. And it's like, right, let's go. I've got a drink. We just chill for like a good few hours and catch up on the week. Do you use the Goofy avatar? Yes. Yes, I do. It actually is one of the avatars I have for my character, and the gang finds it terrifying. Full body VR Goofy. They use the Goofy voice too. Oh, of course I do. We just like mess about like with that kind of stuff all the time. It's like, cause real talk, like, yeah. So it's like for that friend group I meet up with, like they're amazingly talented. Like Monty's an amazing singer. Kelli is a professionally trained opera singer. TFM Johnny, if you know him, he's done some amazing work. They're actually an amazingly talented bunch. So it's never a dull night when we actually all get together, and it's actually really fun. Singing stream. The reason we don't typically stream is just because, well, I mean, I haven't streamed it on my end just because of risk of copyright. But I know that Monty does stream a lot of singing on her channel. Kelli sings a lot of singing on her channel too. What do you bring to the table then? I mean, that's what I was leading to. So I feel like out of my depth next to everyone else because I cannot sing. I cannot do art. I bring my dry sense of humor and lovable personality. No, I mean, they're good friends. Comedy is art. You've just listened to like a guy play Hitman as Ross screams pivot at him for 2 hours. Are you sure? Voice actor. Well, I mean, that's the other thing. So like, a lot of them actually are professional voice actors. Fucking Monty, Hat in Time. She's Mustache Girl in that game. If you've ever seen an anime called Emma, Monty is the lead role. She voices Emma in the dub. And she's done like wild roles like that. Again, my friends are really fucking talented. I'm so proud of them. That you can actually be a voice actor. You have great infliction. Ah, thanks. You're too kind. You said infliction. Do you mean inflection? Inflection. Infliction is like inflicting pain and suffering upon people. I don't know if that's quite right. Why not both? Yeah, I mean, true. You're not wrong there. Oh no. Dan, are you a fan of ballet? I always wanted to ask. You seem to be an art guy. I've never seen ballet, but I would love to. I went to see opera for the first time a while ago when I was actually in London. Absolutely loved it. It was like Mozart's The Magic Flute. You probably know that opera as the one, there's a song in it and it's like, it kind of goes, ah, 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 ah. It's that one. Is the best way to describe it. And I absolutely loved it. Like it's so funny to me because it's almost like it's so dramatic to the point of almost parody, or like it's actually just quite funny. Because like, so half the time, whenever the characters are like there's one of the characters, right? And there's like a challenge that's happening where he has to stay quiet because he's trying to pass a test. And then basically like his love interest or his girlfriend comes up to him and is trying to strike up a conversation, but he just kind of blanks her because he can't talk. And so the girlfriend immediately after that starts a new song that basically goes to the gist of "Guess I'll Die." And it's just like, whoa, you gotta calm down there. like he's just not saying anything right now. Maybe he's just a bit quiet. Like there's no need to be this rash. And there's like 3 different moments in the opera where that happens, and it's kind of hilarious. It's like if like the slightest thing goes wrong or like someone's disinterested in them, it's like, well, that's it. So I mean that was just quite funny because you just take a step back and witness that. Holy shit. Anonymous, 750 quid. Bear in mind that is pounds as well. Had a rough year fighting cancer this year. I spent all of August stuck in the hospital because of a bad reaction to the treatment. I spent a good deal of that time watching your first Phoenix Wright playthrough. They were fantastic videos and a much needed distraction for me. Thanks, RT. I'm so sorry to hear that for yourself personally. I hope you're kicking cancer's fucking ass because it sucks. Hope you're doing okay. Thank you so much for hopping in and, like, you know, supporting charity like this. I really do hope you're doing better. If not recovered, on the road to recovery. It's incredibly generous gesture from you. Yeah, controversial opinion. Cancer sucks. That's right, I said it. That's incredible. Thank you so much. I'm glad I could help even a little with the content. Cancelled. Yeah, cancelled the fucking cancer, ayo. Let's go. What a hot take. Apparently the original singer for the Magic Flute had a habit of moving her head according to pitch, and so Mozart wrote it to make her head bob up and down like a chicken. Oh no. Oh god, so you think when she's doing the song where it's like, like she's just going up and down a lot? Oh no. Your coffee is ice cold now, by the way. Oh, Brewster's not gonna be happy. It's now 10 degrees. Oh, but there was one other thing that, like, I didn't realize going to the opera, because going to opera and that, you know, like, you want to dress up a bit, you know, it's not every day you go to opera. So when I went to opera, I was wearing my suit. This was a terrible mistake, because what I didn't realize is it's so incredibly warm in the opera house. And I was like, it was so unbearably hot, and I didn't realize what this was for, like, basically the first half of it. But I was basically, like, falling asleep because I was passing out from the heat. And I didn't realize what was happening. At first, my immediate reaction was, no joke, like, oh my god, I'm the worst kind of person. I've gone to opera for the first time and I'm falling asleep. I'm like fucking Homer Simpson, you know, like, because like that, like, I didn't even consider that. It's like, no, you're just too hot. I thought, like, oh my god, I'm the worst. I feel terrible. But no, it was just unbearably warm. And so, like, like, as they went on, like, I remember there was just one song where I just had to almost, like, completely strip down, like, because I was wearing, like, a full three-piece suit, like, jacket off, waistcoat off immediately, and then I was fine. And I just, like, slapped my face a bunch. And I was fine. I was fine after that. Oh, but I remember just the panic, because I just felt like the worst kind of person. It's like, oh my god, like, I'm Homer Simpson. Like, that's what was going through my mind. And I was enjoying it. I was really enjoying it. But it was like just the heat, and like the seats are kind of this like, it's like kind of like padded velvet fabric where it's like super comfy and you kind of sink into it. I felt terrible. I really did enjoy it though. It was wonderful. Opera occasionally broken by slaps in the back row. So before I did the slap, I actually waited until the music reached a high point. So there would basically be a dramatic chord where the opera band would go, and I'd just be like, to try and disguise it. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful going. Just if you do go to opera yourself, I advise, if it's too warm, have layers that you can remove, you know? Because you might pass out from the heat otherwise. It sounds like a Mr. Bean sketch. Pretty sure it is. Oh god, no, it is. There's one where he's eating a steak tartare, and I think there's like a band playing, and they wait for like the music to pick up. It's like the violin guy, and he like coughs loudly, and that too as he like hides steak away. That is a sketch. Oh no. If you were that hot while in the audience, the performance must have been sweltering under the stage lights. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, like, they must have. And it was, like, a really big stage as well. Like, we were in, like, the Royal, like, London Opera House for it. And it's, like, the stage was basically had, like, layers that kind of just go back and back. It's actually kind of crazy when you see it. But there were lights on almost every layer there to try and, like, compound them to kind of get the right kind of shadow that they wanted for different scenes. So I can't imagine performing under those conditions. Honest to God. Okay, here, let's drink my coffee. Hang on. Flavor is out of this world. Doesn't need a thing. I'll drink it just as it's brewed. Iced coffee. Yeah, we'll just grab a seat over here and chill a while. What? There's no one else here, Brewster. Can I not take these seats? Who reserved them? My grandparents were both opera singers, and let me tell you, you were swimming after performing. Yeah, I can imagine. I imagine that's most performance arts in general, like live on stage. They're very intense. I went to see like the Book of Mormon the other week as well, and Oh God. Yeah, I mean, that one, that's a wild one. It's like Book of Mormon. It's by the same writers as South Park. It's basically a play that while you watch it, at any moment you feel like it's about to be banned or it's going to be illegal or something like that. Like straight up what it does. It's like so borderline everything, and it feels like they push it to the logical end of what can they include in this. Like, it's actually absurd. Fantastic show. Absolutely incredible. But I remember when I was watching that as well, like the stuff that had people going through, and that was just like, oh my God, it's wild. I can't imagine it. It's tough work. I was an opera in college, one of my favorite ever experiences, but damn was it hard work. I can imagine. Fair play to you. It is not easy. Yeah. Does it contain war crimes? Honestly, I don't want to answer that question. I would recommend seeing the Book of Mormon in case it is banned anywhere. Because if there's any show that's going to be banned, it's that one. No joke. What is it about? It's about the Church of Mormon. Like Mormonism. But it's a comedy musical by the South Park guys. So it should tell you everything you need to know. That a while, I don't think it's going to be banned. It's very funny though. When it first debuted in Broadway, the actual Mormons ran an ad for their church in the playbill. Really? That actually is kind of funny. I was curious how like actual Mormons would perceive it. I don't think it will be banned. I'd be amazed if that happened in like today's world. That is quite wild. I am an ex-Mormon. I thought it was quite funny if you took it with a grain of salt, but I got bashed and hated on for liking something so sacrilegious. Some people take life too serious. Yeah, no, I think that is, sometimes you gotta take it with a grain of salt, and that the fact that it is a comedy. I remember like here in fucking Ireland, like I remember hearing about this. Monty Python's Life of Brian was banned for the longest while because, well, basically Monty Python's Life of Brian is a comedy about not Jesus, but a different guy called Brian who becomes the Messiah. That was banned in Ireland for a very long time because it was sacrilegious, which is almost a selling point for it, if anything. What's so funny about Biggest Dickus? It was banned in Norway as well. Of all places, it's quite surprising. Life of Brian is very good too. Yeah, there's Book of Mormon and Life of Brian if you want like comedies based on religion, I guess. You got two of them. Book of Mormon is very offensive if you're the type of religious person who's ever explored why you believe what you believe. That's the thing, it's important to kind of understand it, I'd say. I think that's even part of the point they're trying to get in like the musical across. Like actually think about what it is, you know? Have you watched Arcane? I haven't. Oh god, I didn't watch Arcane recently, but I watched the Cowboy Bebop live action. And it wasn't the worst thing. It wasn't the worst thing. Like the actors they have for like Spike, Jet, and Faye are actually very good, but the writing is rough. And the feel is rough. And Vicious is really rough. Vicious, the Vicious arc is, I think, what killed it for me. Yeah, basically, Cowboy Bebop is like, it's kind of like an age-old anime. It's kind of heralded as one of the greats. Because it's got a lot of complexity to it and fantastic characters. It's like space opera, but you're kind of dealing with like existentialism as you go. And so they did a live action of it. And again, fair play to the actors for like the main three. They do it well. They do it very well. Like the guy is Jet in particular, I think just has like the perfect feel for him. I'm afraid I can't remember the names off the top of my head. Like Jet was so good in it. Spike is very good too. Faye was pretty good. Like Faye was kind of more of like a different revised version of the character, I think, because she was a bit different. But the writing and the dialogue is kind of rough. It doesn't hit the same notes, and there's too much like telling rather than showing. And I think that's the main problem. I liked it, but the story seemed rushed. Yeah, I kind of felt that too. There wasn't enough time to get to know the characters, and they kind of. I don't know how much I should go into it because this might be a spoiler. But one of the main characters in the original has more or less been sacked from what we saw in the live action. But I don't think we dwell on that one. Best character in it, though, without a shadow of a doubt, and this is one that I would say is arguably even better than the original anime. Ein, the corgi, is so fucking cute. Like it's just a corgi, and he's having a fantastic time. He's so cute. But yeah, so I didn't watch Arcane because I watched that, and since watching that, I've now actually been going back to watch the original Cowboy Bebop because it's actually one of my favorite shows, just ever. It just really sticks with you, is the best way to describe it. I love like kind of like the animation style, like and the music with it too. They did that okay with like the live action one too. They actually just reused the music from the original because you can't improve on it. You know, it's already perfect. Never saw Cowboy Bebop. Should I watch the anime before the live action? I mean, I would say you should definitely watch the anime. I think that's just a really good one. The live action, give it a shot. It has some good moments. It has some really good takes on some bits. There was like one episode that was like, oh god, like there's one episode that features around Spike. I don't know, I can't remember if this one is based on the anime at all, but he gets trapped in kind of like a mental state. And it's actually fantastic for the character. And it's a very well done episode, and I don't think that one's like even in the anime at all. That one was really good. But like, it's just hit or miss though. Like there's parts where you see it and it's like, that's not as good, or that's kind of bad. Most of the that's kind of bad parts, unfortunately, are around the character of Vicious. Before, he was kind of just like a smaller character, I guess, in the plot that kind of loomed over Spike in his past. In this one, you get to see everything that happens to him, and he's like a comical villain almost. He had like a Dr. Claw feel from like Inspector Gadget, where it's like, I'll get you next time, Spike. And it's like, that's not who the character is supposed to be. Did you watch the Bebop anime in dub? I've seen it in both dub and sub. I prefer the dub. I have to watch anime in dub because I can't read and watch at the same time. Oh, that's completely fair. Like, don't worry about it. Whatever works for you, you know? I know some people swear by one of them, but honestly, like, ultimately, it's what you prefer. And sometimes, like, the sub, I think, I prefer the sub because, I don't know, it's like the delivery of the writing just seems a little clearer. But sometimes then I just prefer the dub because the dub is actually just really good. I started off watching dub and transitioned into sub, and it was very weird to the generally higher pitched voice acting. Now I prefer it over dub. Yeah, I mean, it takes some adjusting, you know? But again, it doesn't really matter what you watch, you know? It's whatever. The whole point of having the option there is because it's different strokes for different folks, you know? So whatever works. I tried watching, like, one of them that I tried watching the sub is Death Note. It's not the same for me. I can't do it. I can't do it. I prefer that in the dub so much to the sub. It's just so much better. The potato chip scene. Yeah, I know about the potato chip scene. That's really funny though. That's like a meme. I'll take a potato chip and eat it. I love that scene. There's like a really funny compilation someone has on YouTube too, where it's like Kira's maniacal laugh, but in every language. And it's like fair play to the different voice actors in different like regions for them. Like they give it their all. But I think there's one of them that's just like a goofy laugh, where Light's just like, and it's so hard to take seriously. Like a mix of like Goofy and like Jimmy Carr or something like that, and like, it's just so funny. A lot of them are very impressive though. That would be in character for Goofy.